All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We had a few people get on in the meantime. So again, my name is Ryan Unseth. I'm the VP of Mobile Marketing here at ZipDandy, and this is going to be the first of our mini trainings. We're going to do back office trainings, e-wallet trainings, sales trainings. Unfortunately, right now, I will be training some additional people next week, to where we will be able to offer some of these live training webinars at different times in the evenings. I've got so many duties in the company right now during the evening times that I don't get a whole lot of chances to schedule these new trainings at that time. So I tried to do it as late of the day today, so as many people could get on here as possible. But you'll see that I put a link here, youtube.com/ZipDandy training. And this is going to be where I will populate all of these mini trainings for you to be able to go and view, send your people to, and you'll have access to these at all times. So again, today we're going to be talking about managing your commissions in your back office and how to push those commissions to your e-wallet, and then creating different accounts within your e-wallet, pushing money to your debit accounts, things of that nature. So this is going to be a pretty quick training today, guys. It's pretty straightforward. We're probably going to be here for about 15 minutes. Any questions that you have along the way, go ahead and just type those in, and we'll do a small Q&A at the end of the webinar here. So again, thanks, guys. Let's jump into it and get started. Okay, so when you log into your back office, now the dashboard feature shows you commissions. You're able to look at earnings year to date, cumulative commissions, commissions during the week, look at your pay lines. But this is not where you are going to manage your commissions at. You're actually going to come up into your top right hand corner here, and you're going to click down into Manage Commissions in eWallet, and that's going to bring you to your two internal accounts. And so your affiliate cash, which is the cash that you can push to your e-wallet, and this is money that you can spend anywhere. Once it's in your e-wallet, you can send it to your debit card, you can send it to your bank account. This is your 60% commission in the form of cash that you spend anywhere you'd like. The loyalty cash is always going to remain in the back office here. And so as we go through this and you start to earn loyalty cash, and you have it sitting here in your back office, and you start to use that ZipDandy debit card with ZipDandy merchants, you will see loyalty cash transactions will appear here. This balance will start to go down with each purchase that you make with the ZipDandy merchant, but it actually gets deposited, the purchase amount actually gets deposited back into your affiliate account. So imagine today that I went to a ZipDandy merchant and I bought, let's say, dinner for $20. I swiped my ZipDandy debit card. It actually paid that merchant in cash that I had loaded with my affiliate cash onto my debit card prior to going to the restaurant. And then when that transaction actually batched, the information is fed back into our system. It matches my account on my debit card with that ZipDandy merchant ID number, and it says, okay, this was a ZipDandy affiliate with loyalty cash shopping with a ZipDandy merchant, and it will take that $20 deduction. So my loyalty cash would go down to $160, and it would put $20 more into my affiliate cash account. So that's how the loyalty cash system works, and that is going to be the process here going forward, as long as we're using the ZipDandy debit card as that tool to be able to spend that loyalty cash. So basically, guys, when you come into this summary, you'll see a tab right here. It's called Manage Commissions. So you're going to manage commissions, and you will see that number, $529 in loyalty cash, okay, or excuse me, affiliate cash. This is the amount of money that you can spend or send to your e-wallet. So again, let's look at this, $529 affiliate cash. That's what I can send to my e-wallet account right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and push $10 of that. And I don't know why you would keep any of your affiliate cash in your back office. When you guys get your commissions every Sunday night, it's probably a good idea to just go in and push all of your affiliate cash into your e-wallet, because it's really kind of virtual money as it's sitting in the back office, but once you push it, now it's spendable money that you can dictate what you're going to do with that when it's in your e-wallet. So we're going to push that $10 amount, and you can see that it was successfully pushed to the e-wallet. You can see my affiliate cash balance went down $20 or $10 to $519. My e-wallet balance, when we get in there, you'll see is going to be $10.05, where it was just a minute ago a 5-cent balance. So nothing to do with loyalty cash until I'm actually spending money swiping that Zipdandy debit card with a Zipdandy merchant. So that's where you're going to push money to your e-wallet. Now let's get into our e-wallets. So we're going to put in our username and our password. Now all of you on the training today, I'm sure that you have logged into your NXPay account. Of course my Turing number is wrong. Okay, so when you log into your NXPay account, you're going to see a couple of balances. Now, I know that we have a lot of Canadian affiliates on the phone tonight, so I'm going to show you how to create a Canadian account within your e-wallet in case you have not done that yet. But Zipdandy pays in US dollars, and so you will be paid into your back office in US denomination, and you're going to push that money into a USD account, e-wallet account within the NXPay client gateway. Okay, once you've pushed to that account, you can go to your accounts page, and you can see this is my e-wallet account. I have created a Canadian account, and I will show you how you do that. And then I've got my debit card account. So how do I know which account is which? Well, look at the last 3 digits of your account numbers, and the smallest number is always going to be your e-wallet account. Okay, so 101, 110, and 129. This is my e-wallet account. When I push money, see the $10.05 in my back office said my e-wallet balance was? There it is right here. So anytime I push commissions from the Zipdandy back office to my e-wallet, it's going to land in this e-wallet account, this account number right here. Okay, now once it's in my e-wallet account, I'm going to dictate what I'm going to do with that money. If I'm a Canadian affiliate, I'm probably going to push it to my internal Canadian account that I'm going to create, which I will show you in a minute how to do that, which then I can push to my bank account. Or if I want to push it to my debit card, then I just push it to my debit card. And then if you're in Canada or the U.S. or Mexico, it's a Visa card, so the FX, the currency exchange, will happen as you swipe that debit card. Okay, so again, you've got 2 accounts at the get-go upon creation of your Zipdandy affiliate program. You've got your e-wallet account and then your debit card account. Okay, now your debit card, how do you know which one is your debit card? Well, DCX2734, this is your debit card. It's the last 4 digits of the actual card itself. DC showing debit card, so you know that that is actually that card. A couple of items about the navigation tools on the left here. Now, NXPay is a third-party e-wallet provider, and they actually offer services, as you could probably have guessed, for a lot of different companies. Zipdandy is not the only company that NXPay provides service to. And so basically, guys, some of these items, actually quite a few of these items, the navigation really has nothing to do with what you're going to do in Zipdandy. So I just wanted to point a couple of things out. First of all, support. So if you've got questions about the NXPay back office, if you've got questions about your debit card, things of that nature, you can always get a hold of NX Systems live chat line here and the knowledge base articles to get those questions or concerns answered. Okay, 1 second here. Sorry about that. If you have questions just based on how does the e-wallet work, you know, how do I transfer money, how do I put money from my e-wallet account to my debit card account, those types of questions, you can get a hold of us in our customer support department. But if you've lost a card, if there's a fraudulent charge, anything that has to do with the actual issues with money in your e-wallet account, NX is the best place to go as far as customer support. So that's always up here for you under the support tab here. Now accounts, this is what's going to open up your accounts page to show you all of the internal accounts that you have within NX. Payment distribution and account services have nothing to do with ZipDandy. You're never going to go into those sections. Now, eventually, it's in NX Pay's queue to get rid of some of these tabs for companies that are not using them. So eventually, and I hope sooner than later, we will have some of these navigation items off of our e-wallet so that we can reduce a little bit of confusion. But basically, payment distribution, account services, nothing to do with you. My membership, your profile, your notification settings, change password, that's pretty self-explanatory stuff, guys. That's just your personal information. Maybe you change address, phone number, things of that nature. You can come in and change that in your profile. You can change your password if you want to. Source destinations are going to be your bank account. So when you get paid, when you push commissions into your e-wallet, if you're not pushing those monies to your debit card, you're going to be pushing it to a bank account. So this is where you're going to go into, and we'll show that process as well on how you create and verify an external bank account where you're going to push commissions and where you're going to push monies to. Payments, again, registered bills and quick transfer have absolutely nothing to do with ZipDandy clients. So you can totally disregard those. And then reporting. So if you want to look at transaction histories, if you want to generate reports on activity that you've done within your NX Pay e-wallet, you can go ahead and do that. And again, those are pretty self-explanatory modules. You can pick different reports that fit your fancy as far as that's concerned. So really the big things that we're going to concern ourselves with are, one, how do I push money from account to account within my e-wallet, and how do I create create a source destination for my bank account and push money to that account. Okay, so let's first look at pushing money from my e-wallet account to my debit card account. So what we're going to do, if we want to push money from the e-wallet, I'm actually going to go into that account. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to see that this is my e-wallet account. It's U.S. currency, account type normal. My available balance is $10.05. Okay, and what I'm going to do now, I can look at my transaction history here. So I can look at all history, look at settled transactions, pending transactions, any failed transactions. So you can get some of these reports that we looked at down here. You can find within each separate account in your NX Pay e-wallet as well. So account actions. I'm either going to withdraw to a bank account, which I have created on the platform, okay, or I can load from that bank account. So imagine for a minute that I have my personal bank account tied to my e-wallet. I can push commissions to it, but also if I need more money in my e-wallet to load my debit card, I can actually get money from my bank account and have it put into my e-wallet. So you can push money both directions with your bank account. Most of the time, guys, you're going to be dealing with account-to-account transfers when we're talking about going from e-wallet to the ZipDandy card. Okay, so what we're going to look at here, we'll go account to account. Okay, and so we see that we're pushing from this account, which is our e-wallet account with an available balance of $10.05. We're going to put the amount that we're going to push. I'm going to say $10. United States dollars is the currency that I'm going to push. Now, if you are Canadian and you want to push Canadian dollars, you can do that as well, but understand that you're probably you're going to need to know the exchange rates. The NX Pay will actually do the exchange for you when you push from U.S. account to Canadian account, but it's a little bit more difficult to say, okay, I'm going to push 10 Canadian dollars because you may not have that many dollars in your account. Okay, so it's always a good idea when you're dealing with the debit card, just push in US dollars because that's what the funds are available in that e-wallet. So I'm going to go, actually got two choices here. Okay, if I'm pushing to my debit card, I'm going to click My Accounts because one of these accounts is my debit card account, okay, or my Canadian account. So I'm going to pick the debit card account right here, and I'm going to submit. Okay, the other option the other thing that you can do with NXPay is push from your NXPay e-wallet to another member's NXPay e-wallet. Okay, so if you've got a merchant, maybe you made a purchase with a merchant that you're not using loyalty dollars and you just want to transfer money from your e-wallet to theirs, or maybe you know, a team member, another affiliate in the company that you owe 20 bucks for, maybe they picked up the tab at lunch last week, you can go ahead and do transfers from e-wallet to e-wallet. So as long as you've got their internal e-wallet account number, you can come into this area and make that transfer. So again, I'm putting $10 right now into my debit card. I'm going to submit that. It's going to give me a summary to make sure that, okay, I've got a balance of $10.05 in my e-wallet account. I want to put $10 onto my NXPay account, but my sending fee is $3. Okay, now this is the thing, guys. We just posted the card fees on the resources section. Okay. One word of warning, these e-wallets, especially when it comes to the debit cards, they're going to nickel and dime you. And believe me, we're on your side here, and we don't want you guys to have to spend money that you don't need to be spending. So don't go in here and push $5, $10, $15, you know, 2 or 3 times a day. It's going to cost you way too much money. So, you know, you may want to come in and maybe push $100, $200, $300 at a time to that debit card. And remember, you can use that debit card anywhere. It does not have to be at a Zipdandy merchant. So by pushing it to that debit card, it's loading it with money that you can use anywhere. And then you're kind of lowering your cost of doing business within the e-wallet at $3 for push. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this because I don't want to go into the red here. So I'm going to push $5. Submit. You can see it's going to cost me a total debit of $8, and I've got $10.05. So I'm going to push that amount. The process completed successfully. Now you can see my e-wallet balance has $2.05 in it, and I'll go back into my accounts summary, and I've got $27.35 on my debit card. Okay, now again, we can go back into the e-wallet and we can push account to account. If I'm a Canadian affiliate and I've got a Canadian bank account that I've put in here, then I can push from my e-wallet to my Canadian account. Okay, and what's going to happen is that is actually going to do that currency exchange on the fly for me. Okay, again, I'm going to get charged $3 to push from e-wallet to Canadian, but according to NXPay and all of the trainings that we have gone through at this point, most Canadian banks are going to turn back any type of e-wallet to bank transfer if it's not in Canadian funds. So unfortunately for you Canadian users up there, because of the Canadian banking system, that when you want to push funds from this e-wallet into your Canadian account, you're going to have to go through this process first. So go in to your e-wallet, push those funds to your Canadian account, and then that money can be sent to your bank account up there in the Great North. So those are your options there. Now as we go into different countries, you can see here, I mean, we've got many different denominations. You know, you can push, you know, maybe you're going to Switzerland or Denmark and you want you know, so I don't know why you would ever want to do that, but maybe you got a bank in a different country. You can do that with NX systems, and they've got the currency exchanges built in to the system along with their typical fees that they charge. Okay, so how do we create that Canadian account? Now we've got one right here, which we created when I was training on NX, but you can see here you can add as many accounts as you guys want to your e-wallet product. So you would click here to add an account. You're going to select the currency of that account. So you would say, for you Canadian folks, Canadian dollars. You would select the program, which is Zipdandy Cash, and the account type, always pick normal. Okay, so pick normal. Now you can put identifiers. Now these are just for internal dissemination of what accounts you have in your e-wallet. So you can see here, Canadian account, That's what this identifier is, so that when I come in and I'm looking at my accounts, I can quickly process which accounts are which within my e-wallet. Okay, so then you do that, you submit that, and you will create that account. Then you can push from US to Canadian. All right, now adding bank accounts. So what you would do is come into source destination bank accounts, and imagine that none of this was here. You're going to click here to add a bank account. Okay, you're going to pick the country, and so let's pretend I'm Canadian again, and I'm going to continue. Is this a personal bank account? Yes or no? Okay, if I say no, then there's a little bit more information that I have to give. Okay, the account number, the institution number, the transit number, the bank name and description. I will submit that, and then what's going to happen, guys, is you're going to see the bank that you're creating show up here, and then the status. Now, this is a lot like PayPal, if you guys have ever created a PayPal account. What's going to happen is you have to verify that this is your account. So you will click on Start Verify, okay, and what NX Systems is going to do is they're going to make two very small deposits into your bank account. You know, 1 cent, 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents. Two of those transactions that within 48 to 72 hours you're going to see, and you will be able to log back into this area. You'll see it says in process, and you can enter what those two small transactions were, the amount of those transactions. When you do that, that is verifying because you were able to get into your account ledger on your bank and say, okay, yeah, I saw those two transactions, this is what they were, and that allows you to create your bank account within your e-wallet. Okay, once that's created, again, you can withdraw to your bank, or you can load your e-wallet from your bank. And you can put several, as you can see here, several different types of banks in here as well. So maybe you have a personal checking account and a business bank account, maybe different banks in different countries. You can put as many accounts in here as well and push money to, you know, different parts of the world or different institutions of your liking. Okay, so basically, guys, that is it. The NX e-wallet, especially when you get in here and you start using it, and really taking into consideration that, you know, half of the navigation items over here we don't use anyways, and sorry about that. I know it's a little bit confusing, and you know, we tried to put a pretty high priority on making sure that we get this changed so that we don't cause any more confusion than that's needed. But you know, it's a pretty simple process. It's actually you know, a pretty good e-wallet solution. Like I said, you know, our loyalties are always to you guys. Our loyalties are not to NX Systems, and so I will tell you, and NX will even come straight out and tell you that there are a lot of fees associated, especially with the debit card. So, you know, the debit card itself, every time you use that debit card, there's a 50 cents transaction fee. Okay, so, you know, really from our standpoint and our take on using the ZipDandy debit card is most of your money you're probably going to want to push to your bank account, because your bank's not going to charge you 50 cents every time you use your card. And the ZipDandy debit card is going to be for when you want to be able to spend loyalty cash. That's, you know, I really encourage people. Now, you can use it as an everyday debit card if you don't have one at your current institution. It's just going to cost you a little bit more to do business that way. But, you know, from our position, use it. It's the only way for you to be able to track, for us to track and you to spend your loyalty cash. That 50 cents transaction fee, to be able to do that, will be worth it at that point, because it, you know, you're able to dive into that separate section that you can only spend with those ZipDandy merchants. Okay, guys, so that is basically it for this training. It's pretty straightforward.